We're visiting with Mustang head football coach Cory Sauter on Wednesday, signing day, a big day for the Mustang football program as 33 student athletes signed letters of intent to play for the Mustangs. And Coach, first of all, congrats on a great day. This is always exciting for football programs, but you're very happy with this class. Your overall thoughts?
Well, we are very happy with the 33 guys that we were able to land, and credit goes to our coaching staff for putting the endless number of hours of research that goes into it and attracting them to our university and getting them on official visits and everything else that goes with the recruiting process. And we couldn't be happier with the guys that we have landed, and I think they're going to be great fits for us. They're what we're looking for, and I really feel confident that they're going to be able to make a great contribution here down the road, hopefully sooner than later.
One thing that goes into recruiting is not necessarily just next year, but 2-3 years down the road, looking for spots to fill, and you got some big guys on the offensive line, also defensive backfield as well. Seemed like kind of a priority, and you really landed some top quality players.
Yeah, well, when you got 5 offensive linemen that are seniors coming up this season, it definitely is a priority for us to make sure that we have some good competition at that position in years to come. And then obviously our defensive back position, we only have 2 guys that have played college football, taken snaps in a game, so that was a position of priority as well. And so we'll find out more here as we go forward, obviously in training camp and spring football, how certain guys will emerge from that. And we're looking to be more competitive, and that starts within our team. We've got to be able to push each other, and that starts with our off-season workouts, and that goes all the way up until fall camp and throughout the season. But all in all, I think we did a really nice job. We were able to address those certain needs and add some depth to some certain positions, and just overall, we're very, very pleased with the outcome of this year's class.
And this year's class has a lot of local players as well from Minnesota and Iowa, Wisconsin, South Dakota, but also got players from around. And you touched on it earlier about your staff, but it's all about building relationships, and your staff has worked hard not only in the last month or two, but since last summer, and getting kids in camps and whatnot. And I think that's what builds relationships, helping build relationships to help sign these student athletes today.
Right. Well, we've got a nice mix of local kids as well as kids from California and Florida and Georgia and Colorado and Indiana, and so we've got kind of the full gamut when it comes to location. But ultimately, when you recruit a kid, we're looking for the right fit. Guys that are going to be obviously great football players, but also great students and good high character kids. Because in the town of Marshall, we want to make sure that we're a great example, not only for this university, but also being a great example in the schools and everywhere else that's involved. So it's been great so far. We'll find out here shortly, just how good these guys are, and it's going to be a process. Obviously there's going to be a big jump going from high school to college, and a lot of these guys think they might know it all, but they'll find out soon enough that there's a lot that goes into playing in the northern sun, and you're not going to just be ready right from the get-go. And so we've got to find those things out. We've got to be able to develop kids, and that's our jobs as coaches, is to get the most out of them and find ways to fine-tune everything that they do.
Well, these student athletes that signed today, obviously some will make impacts in 2013 season, but you also have a season to plan for here in the next month. Talk about you got spring ball just over a month away, starting up April 1st, and a lot of question marks in some spots. You've got a lot of veterans in other areas as well, but should be an exciting spring to see what the team can build off of a very competitive season. A lot of games could have gone either way, and I'm sure you're looking forward to April 1st.
Right. Well, that's not very far away, and with that being said, we've got a great offensive line coming back. The biggest question mark will be who's going to be backing up certain individuals up front. Obviously, a question mark will be at quarterback. Getting Charlie Kern and steaming ready for this upcoming season. That'll be a big priority for us. With the departure of 2 running backs, 2 senior running backs, it's going to be a big question mark at that position. And then on the other side of the football, we've got some new linebackers in the mix that are really going to help push and really let us take another step forward in that department. I think our defensive line is pretty solid. Most of those guys are back, and then again, it goes back to the big question mark at our corner position, getting that solidified. So I think everybody in the Northern Sun's always going to have some type of strength, some type of weakness, and we're just trying to minimize those weaknesses as much as possible and build off our strengths. And so I think we're all in the same boat when it comes to those things. It's just a matter of managing that and making sure that we're getting better every day, and that's a continual battle that we'll face from here on out.
All right, Coach, congrats on today's signings, and we'll talk to you here as we get closer to spring ball.
All right, thanks, Kelly.